Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
OPAPRO completes socio-economic profiling of over 2,000 former MNLF members. 1st Marine Brigade stationed at Mindanao receives additional war equipment. 2 more MPOX cases detected in NCR and Calabarzon. PBBM distributes more than 360 million worth of assistance to Cavite fishermen affected by oil spill.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today's Thursday, August 29, and we'll bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Ralph Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our stories, the Office of the Presidential Advisor for Peace, Reconciliation and Unity has completed the socio-economic profiling of over 2,000 former members of the Moro National Liberation Front. OPAPRO called this accomplishment a milestone for the MNLF Transformation Program, which was launched last September 30, 2023 in Lamitan, Basilan. In 2023, a total of 1,705 former combatants from Mindanao benefited from the program. This year, 97 MNLF combatants in Lamitan, Basilan, and 161 in Lanao del Sur underwent the validation, verification, and profiling process. Presidential Peace Advisor Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. called on the former combatants to continue supporting the peace process between the MNLF and the government.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The military in mainland Mindanao welcomed additional war material and equipment for the 1st Marine Brigade station in Maguindanao del Norte last Tuesday afternoon. 6th Infantry Division stated that the equipment, part of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program, arrived from the Philippine Marine Headquarters in Manila. 6th ID Commander Major General Antonio Nafarrete and Maguindanao del Norte Governor Abdul Rauf Makakua received the shipment at Polok Port Parang. The delivery included armored vehicles, artillery, riverine craft, and a small unmanned aircraft system.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
Let us hear more updates from Bea about Philippines and U.S. Mutual Defense Board meet to discuss security policies.
Yes, Ralph, the Philippines and United States Mutual Defense Board Security Engagement Board met yesterday to discuss agreed upon defense and security policies between the two countries. The meeting took place at the Philippine Military Academy in Baguio City, led by AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. and U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Chief Admiral Samuel Paparo. Topics discussed include the approval of joint activities for the allied forces in the coming year. According to the AFP, the event reinforces the long-standing relationship between the Philippines and U.S. militaries and their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific region. This is Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines will receive a historic 50 billion pesos in the 2025 national budget for its modernization program, marking a 25% increase from the previous year's allocation. Surigao del Sur Representative Johnny Pimentel announced the funding boost, highlighting Congress's commitment to enhancing national defense capabilities. The allocation, up by 10 billion pesos from 2024, will support the AFP's ongoing modernization projects under the revised AFP Modernization Program Law of 2012. The Department of Budget and Management has also released a 6 billion pesos milestone payment for 2 new multi-role missile corvettes from South Korea, scheduled for delivery in 2025 and 2026.
Double D Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Air Force deployed aircraft yesterday to assist in the search and retrieval operation for 9 fishermen missing after 2 vessels encountered separate accidents near Boracay, Kaluya Island, Antique, and San Jose Romblon. The PAF helicopter stationed at Caticlan Airport awaited better weather before commencing its mission. Philippine Coast Guard Lieutenant Junior Grade John Lawrence Banzuela reported that the 2 fishing boats left Boracay last August 26, heading to Kaluya, Antique, but faced heavy waves due to the southwest monsoon. 2 victims were initially rescued by local residents. The Coast Guard is investigating whether the boats had the necessary permits and additional passengers.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
On the other line, let us hear from Beth about Bangsamoro Agency's pledged support for newly formed Metro Holo Interagency Council.
Various agencies of the Bangsamoro government have expressed support for the newly established Metro Holo Interagency Council, which aims to promote peace and the development program in the town of Sulu, Talipao, and Indanan, Sulu. And Minister Paisalin Tago of the Ministry of Transportation and Communication pledged support, highlighting the inclusion of the Bangsamoro Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board and Council. The MGIAC will focus on domestic security, public safety, and waste management and the three town. This is Beth Sanyeta reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Daniete.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The local government unit of Madrid, in collaboration with the 36th Infantry Valor Battalion, successfully conducted the Hatud Servisyo Program para sa Kalambuan ng Madrid. Held in Barangay Bagsak, Madrid, Surigao del Sur, the program offered various services including medical checkups, bloodletting, free haircuts, and distribution of goods. The initiative aimed to provide essential services directly to residents, eliminating the need for them to visit local government offices.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, 2 more Mpox cases have been detected in the country according to the Department of Health. This puts the total number of active Mpox cases in the country at 5. DOH spokesperson Assistant Secretary Albert Francis Domingo said that one of the new cases is a 26-year-old female from the National Capital Region whose symptoms began last August 20, while the other case is a 12-year-old boy from Calabarzon whose symptoms began last August 10 with fever. Both cases are now continuing to recover at home and under close monitoring by local health authorities.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
For other updates, let us hear the details about AFP Chief and U.S. Indo-PACOM Commander inspect upgraded facilities at Basa Air Base. Go ahead, Mars.
Yes, Roof Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. and United States Indo-Pacific Command Commander Admiral Samuel Paparo visited Basa Air Base in Pampanga yesterday. This was part of their engagement under the Mutual Defense Board Security Engagement Board meeting. During the visit, they inspected facilities developed under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement between the two countries, Philippines and the United States, focusing on upgrades that enhance the operational capabilities of the Philippine Air Force and promote joint interoperability between the two forces. General Bronner highlighted the importance of these improvements in strengthening the country's defense capabilities and readiness to respond to security challenges. This is Mars reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mars.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the Bureau of Internal Revenue has approved an additional 15 medicines to be exempt from value-added tax for treating cancer, high cholesterol, hypertension, and mental illness. This follows a recommendation from the Food and Drug Administration. According to BIR Commissioner Romeo Lumagi Jr., the Bureau supports the government's effort to help patients and their families gain access to more affordable medicines. The newly tax-exempt medicine include olaparib for cancer, rosuvastatin for high cholesterol, olmesartan for hypertension, and valproic acid for mental illness.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. distributed around 363 million pesos in cash assistance to fisherfolk in Cavite affected by the Bataan oil spill. Over 25,000 families and more than 33,000 fisherfolk in Cavite were affected by the oil spills. The president said that the spills have been contained and people can now return to fishing. He also noted the government is investigating the cause of the oil spills and vowed to hold accountable those responsible.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And now let's hear a report on the ground about Philippines open to maritime cooperation with Spain. Go on for the details, Leonor.
The Philippines is open for the possibility of conducting a maritime cooperative activity with Spain. This was conveyed by the Department of National Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro to the new Spanish Defense Attaché to the Philippines, Colonel Santiago Martin Sanz, during the latter introductory call at the DND headquarters in Camp Aguinaldo. During the meeting, the two officials discussed courses in Spain available to personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and other opportunities for capacity building cooperation. Moreover, he also expressed gratitude for Spain's support of the Philippines amid the current situation in the West Philippine Sea. This is Leonor reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD
Moving on to another story, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has approved the request for the increase in cost and extension of the implementation period and loan validity of the Lambingan Bridge and the Guadalupe Bridge. These projects are under the Metro Manila Priority Bridges Seismic Improvement Project that aims to strengthen bridges in NCR in preparation for strong earthquakes. According to PBBM, this is vital for the safety as the government strengthens the infrastructure to withstand strong earthquakes such as the big one. Marcos then asked for the public's understanding as he assured the people that the government has been working closely with experts.
DWDD National News.
The water level at La Mesa Dam in Quezon City has returned to normal after spilling due to overnight monsoon rains. Pag-asa said that as of 5 p.m., the dam's water level was 80.12 meters, which is below the dam's spilling level of 80.15 meters. With this, there is no longer a significant risk of flooding in low-lying areas along the Tuliahan River. But Pag-asa advised the residents living near river banks to stay vigilant.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We have a report coming in about Felindo Strike for 2024 bilateral military exercise kicks off. Go for the details, Jimboy.
The highly anticipated Felindo Strike for 2024, a joint military exercise between the armed forces of the Philippines and Indonesia, officially commenced at the 6th Infantry Division headquarters in Camp Tiongco yesterday. Colonel Edgar L. Cato of 6th ID welcomed participants, emphasizing the exercise roles in strengthening ties between the two nations. Indonesian contingent leaders Colonel Impayuki Malinton Konyepari reiterated Indonesia commitment to deeper military collaboration. The exercise will focus on improving joint capabilities and preparedness for security challenges in Southeast Asia. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
Fewer overseas Filipino workers abroad are opting to register for the upcoming 2025 midterm elections. Commission on Elections Chairperson George Erwin Garcia reported that the number of registered overseas voters remains at 1.18 million. This is lower than the projected 1.4 million. But Garcia explained that they understand the Filipinos abroad could not register either due to work or they are staying far from the registration sites.
DWDD National
The
News.
Department of Labor and Employment has proposed a total budget of 45 billion pesos for 2025. 54% of the total budget will go to DOLE's attached agencies, including the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA. 17.66 billion pesos will be allocated for the social protection of vulnerable workers, including the TUPAD Emergency Employment Program, while 1.22 billion pesos will go for employability and competitiveness and 979 million pesos for workers' protection and industrial peace.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
More updates from Ella Mercado about PRO4A recovers million pesos worth of suspected shabu in anti-illegal drug campaign.
Thank you very much. Approximately reaching the total amount of 1,185,444 pesos of suspected illegal drugs or 146.83 grams of suspected shabu was confiscated by authorities after carrying out the various operations against illegal drugs in the areas covered of Region 4A. Based on the report, the result of 24 police operations conducted was the arrest of 30 individuals involved in the aforementioned violations. Calabarzon PNP Regional Director Police Brigadier General Paul Kenneth Lucas said the campaign they are implementing across the region is in accordance with DILG's BIDA program Buhay ay Ingatan, Drogay Ayawan, and in line to Chief PNP's mantra sa bagong Pilipinas, gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka. Police Brigadier General Lucas also said associated with their campaign against illicit drugs is the peace programs which will continue to be launched in the provinces covered by the PNP Region 4A, consisting of Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado.
DWDD. National News.
The dengue cases in Bulacan have increased by 85%. Up to 3,805 dengue cases had been recorded in the province from January 21 to August 21 this year. According to the Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit of the Provincial Health Office, 6 dengue-related fatalities were also reported. Among the areas considered as dengue hotspots are 5 barangays in Angat, Santa Maria, and 4 in Marilao.
DWDD. National
The
News.
Philippine National Police has deployed additional uniformed personnel in Davao City as replacement and augmentation in search for Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Pastor Apollo Quiboloy. Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus Alba said the Police Regional Office 11 needs support from other units considering that the area is too big, while the PRO 11 has enough resources. Its manpower also needs to rest and sleep. Alba noted that personnel from the nearby regions of Northern Mindanao, Caraga, and Central Mindanao were already tapped to assist in the operation.
DWDD. National
Justice
News.
Undersecretary Nicolas T. revealed that Sheila Guo, the sister of dismissed Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo, could qualify to become a state witness against illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators in the country. But he said not to rely on this possibility as there are many things to consider before she becomes a state witness. Earlier, Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla mentioned that the problem lies in Sheila's narratives. The DOJ chief said that she is not a reliable witness so far.
DWDD. Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Ralph Susan for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP Radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng